Hey, what's going on, everybody, man? I appreciate you joining me for the first episode, edition, show, whatever you want to call it, for the Conscious Dollars podcast. I'm really not even going to look at this as a podcast, to be honest with you. I really want this just to be a intentional meeting between you and I, right? Making sure that you all have an opportunity to really deep dive into what the financial aspect could look like and how we can change the landscape of our mental when it comes to money. Because the reality is, there's a lot that you all see on TikTok, there's a lot that you see on Instagram, YouTube, or whatever it may be. But I really don't find too many people that are just out here having real conversations, right? Because I'm gonna be that guy. I'm gonna be that guy that's gonna just simply rip off the band-aid and make sure that we have that conversation. So again, welcome. Welcome everybody to the Conscious Dollars podcast. I truly appreciate you being here. My name is Dr. King McCray. For those of you that don't know me, I am a CEO. I'm a managing director. I'm an author, former college basketball player, a number of different things. But I truly appreciate you all just kind of jumping in with me and making sure that we have this conversation, because I got a question for you. I got a question for you when it comes to money. Do you have a vision problem when it comes to money? Is it that you can't see yourself to be wealthy? How I feel about it is most people don't have a vision problem when it comes to money, because we know what we want, right? We want financial freedom. We want wealth. We want the debt to be paid off. I want to go get a mortgage. I want to be able to travel a lot more. I want to have a better financial life. But the real question is, or the real issue in this particular case, is consistency. That's the real issue when it comes to money. We are fearful when it comes to our money. We are so scared to be able to walk out on what it looks like to have the real dollars come in and be able to manage that money properly. So we fear our money because we fear the truth it reveals. Right? You don't really want to have this conversation today. You don't want to rip that band-aid off for yourself, because some people won't even open their own bank account. And it's not because you're lazy, right? I don't want you to look at it in that perspective of, oh, I'm lazy, I won't open my bank account, I don't want to look at it. No. It's because they're scared. You're scared. Yes, I'm talking to you. If you are that individual, you are scared of what this looks like. And it's going to always end up being at least one of two things, right? You're scared of opening up your bank account because, number one, you're going to realize, damn, I'm broke. And you got to confront the fact that you've been mismanaging your money. And a lot of people just really don't want to do that. Or worse, the second thing, right? They see money sitting in their bank account and they're like, okay, I'm cool. I got a little money. Like, hey, as long as it's here. But that bad spending habit, right? That lack of discipline is what's really there. And again, I can say these things because I've been there, right? I've been the individual that had the bad spending habits. I've been the individual that went up and had multiple check cashing, advances, trying to go out here and make it work, going paycheck to paycheck, had to file bankruptcy. I've been that guy. So I tell people, allow my failures to be your successes, because the lack of discipline is very similar to those that are lacking in like fitness health, right? And a lot of things that you hear me say that if you've ever heard me speak before or ever heard me do a presentation, or I spoke for your company, you realize that I do a lot of similarities when it comes to health, because financial health is just as important as mental health. It's just as important as your physical health. But the lack of consistency is the common denominator, and it's the most common factor that's always out here. If you think about how people are during the beginning of the year, they start out strong. Hey, I'm going to work out. I'm going to make sure I'm good. January, boom, I'm in that thing. I'm making it work. February roll around. I might have a little bit more consistency, right? March comes around. That's when we start to see that lag. We start to see people really fall off. So staying consistent is the key. But here's the truth. Fear keeps you broke. Avoidance keeps you stuck. The more that you stay fearful, you're going to continue to stay broke, because you're not ready to really have that conversation. You're not really ready to look money in the mirror like we're supposed to. But the more you avoid it, the more you're going to stay stuck in that same spot. And I listened to my pastor most recently. He's talked about how people are stuck and unhappy here. So even when they get there, they're still unhappy, and then they come back here, right? And that's the dynamics of how I want you to view these things. If you are currently here and you are unhappy with where your financial state of mind is, right? Your financial well-being, your financial bank account, if you're unhappy here and you try to make it there, but you didn't do the things that you needed to on the way, right? You weren't consistent enough on the way. By the time you reach there, you're going to end up falling right back into the same habits. So people end up becoming millionaires overnight, but didn't do the work to make it, to really stay consistent. And so I really want you to understand that your dollars don't just represent your spending power, they represent your decision power. And the more that you have the best decision power in what we're doing, we can change the landscape of this entire economy. Now, I'm not going to take it too deep because I don't really want to go that far when we talk about the conscious dollar and really, really thinking about how far our dollars go. But I really want you to take heed to making sure that you understand that decision power is everything. And the decisions that you make with your money are everything. And that's going to change where you are. So are we staying focused enough to keep our decision power where it needs to be, right? Are we staying focused enough to not be scared and be fearful anymore? Because until you stop being scared of your money, you'll never understand how powerful it really is. You need to get consistent, get intentional, get conscious, because the dollars are important. You are at a level to where you can really change the landscape if you are willing to look your money in the mirror, right? You're willing to have these hard conversations. You're willing to really rip that Band-Aid off and put yourself in a position to look at your bank account and realize, hey, I'm spending too much money. I'm not where I need to be financially, and I really need to change my mindset. So again, get consistent, get intentional, get conscious of what your dollars look like. All right. So like I said, man, I wanted to keep a lot of these short because I really want you to start to take hold on what that financial outlook looks like for you and how you can really change. So stay consistent, get intentional, get conscious of your money, get a hold of it because it's powerful, right? It's truly powerful. Y'all stay strong.